Manhattan Judge Juan Merchan has rejected President-elect Donald Trump's argument that the hush money conviction against him should be dismissed in view of an earlier immunity ruling from the U.S. Supreme Court from prosecution. This effectively makes him the first convicted felon to ascend to the office of the President of United States of America. The Supreme Court had in July ruled that presidents have broader immunity from criminal prosecution for official actions taken while in office. But the judge rejected the appeal as the crimes committed by Trump were not committed while he was in office. They took place before he became president in 2016. In his ruling, Justice Merchan rejected Trump's lawyer's argument that the government's case depended on evidence that was related to his official work as president, which would be covered by the immunity ruling. Merchan also refuted the bulk of Trump's claims that some of prosecutors' evidence related to official acts, and so implicated immunity protections. The judge noted that even if he found that some evidence related to official conduct, he'd still find that prosecutors' decision to use these acts as evidence of the decidedly personal acts of falsifying business records poses no danger of intrusion on the authority and function of the executive branch. In the 41-page ruling, Judge Merchan wrote, "The evidence shown at trial pertained to entirely unofficial conduct." He also affirmed that the U.S. Supreme Court had ruled that not everything the president does is official, even if it was done from the Oval Office. Prosecutors have said there should be some consideration for his upcoming presidency, but they insist the conviction should stand. Further, even as Trump Communications Director Stephen Chung called Merchan's decision a direct violation of the Supreme Court's decision on immunity and other long-standing jurisprudence, Trump launched into a vindictive and scathing attack on Judge Merchan, known for his independence in deciding legal matters. The president-elect on his Truth Social platform wrote, "In a completely illegal, psychotic order, the deeply conflicted, corrupt, biased, and incompetent acting Justice Juan Merchan has completely disrespected the United States Supreme Court and its historic decision on immunity." Truth further went on to call the judge a radical partisan and accused him of writing an opinion that is knowingly unlawful, goes against our Constitution and, if allowed to stand, would be the end of the presidency as we know it. Earlier, Judge Merchan had fined Trump for violating court orders pertaining to witnesses but added that he knew fines had a limited effect because of Trump's wealth. He warned at the time that, as a last resort, he would even consider jailing the defendant for further infractions. "Mr. Trump, it's important to understand that the last thing I want to do is to put you in jail," he said in court at the time. "You are the former president of the United States and possibly the next president, as well." Meanwhile, The Guardian reports that Trump's lawyers are now pursuing a new approach of undermining the credibility of the jury that convicted him. In a letter to the judge that was unsealed on Tuesday, Trump's lawyers claimed to have uncovered evidence of grave juror misconduct during the trial, during which he was convicted of falsifying records to cover up a sex scandal. The jury in this case was not anywhere near fair and impartial, the lawyers contended. However, the nature of jury misconduct that lawyers are claiming is not clear. A spokesman for Trump implied that a juror may have demonstrated political leanings during the trial. He contended that partisan political motivations infected nearly every aspect of this witch hunt, including the jury room. But like Mr. Trump's other maneuvers to throw out his 34 felony count conviction, this too is a long shot, says the newspaper. For one, the whistleblower appears to have backed away. The person did not sign a sworn statement for Trump's lawyers and contested their portrayal of the purported misconduct, according to a filing from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, the report said. The defense's accusations contains inaccuracies, the whistleblower said. In May, a jury convicted Trump of 34 counts of falsifying business records related to $130,000 hush money paid to porn actor Stormy Daniels in 2016, while Trump denies wrongdoing. Earlier, Trump had attempted to get the stern Judge Merchan to recuse himself from the case by raising a conflict of interest issue over his daughter being a fundraiser and advertiser for Democratic Party clients who use the services of her firm Authentic Campaigns. However, New York State Advisory Committee on Judicial Ethics determined the matter currently before the judge does not involve either the judge's relative or the relative's business, whether directly or indirectly. As a result, Judge Merchan did not recuse himself from the case and proceeded with the trial, which resulted in Trump's conviction. Trump has not yet been sentenced after the conviction, which attracts close to 20 years in prison. It is also within the judge's powers to decide on the kind of sentence and when it would be carried out, most likely after the end of Trump's presidency in 2029. Besides this case, several other federal cases were filed against Trump but would not be pursued as the president cannot be prosecuted by federal courts. Do let us know your thoughts on the issue, and if you have not already done so, kindly subscribe to this channel for cutting-edge reports and analysis. Thank you once again.